Hola, good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. October 15th here, Friday. Having a good Friday. Been kind of busy, but it's a good one. So let's dive into the recap for you guys. Show you what's going on. Today I'm sitting up $195. So not a huge day. Relatively speaking, this month has been, my green days have been, kind of smaller numbers, but I am taking maybe a little bit lower share size than I normally do, just because I'm trying to slowly ease back into things. So up green 195, and today I traded. Let's show you AEHL. I had one trade on DATS, and the rest were on JSPR. And this is really great for me. So performance today. Let's pull up the performance chart. Okay. Not a single red trade, first off. Okay. Cross that off the list. Excellent. No red trades. And, $195. It's not massive, but hey, it's, $200 on the day. Pretty decent. If you can keep that going consistently, that's great. So anyways, good number there. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then the other thing I'm really happy with is that, look at this, there's only 8 trades on the day. That's what I like to see. And there might be a reason to it, I'm thinking here. So let me tell you how kind of the day went, what I traded, and how it kind of unfolded. So 8 trades, and there's a reason for that. So that's not that many trades for me. Sometimes I'm trading all the way up into the 30s, 40s, 50s, and I've gone way beyond that before plenty of times. So 8 trades is really not that many for me. But let's start off the day for you. What was it? AEHL. This was the first one I started taking trades on. I didn't see a lot on the radar in the small cap world for me to trade, except for AEHL, and this was later into the day, a little bit, late morning. Right here we got this huge volume and volume spike. Look at this. Lots of volume creeping in, and it just takes off. So I went in for a few trades pretty quickly, a few scalps, and they worked out for me. So first 2 trades were decent. They were all right. I mean, $19 and then 29 on top of that. Sorry, excuse me. In my mouth. And then on the third trade, I decided things are looking good, feeling good. So let's. I doubled in on my share size there. I forget what it was. 2,000 shares. I think I went in on that third trade. So yeah, it turned out to be a good move for me. Got up to $81 on that, and yeah, and I thought that this one was going so fast, so quick that it might have potential to really, just pumping up and sell off. And that's exactly what happened here. We had a huge, massive red candle. Let me know if you traded this one, where you traded it, if you got caught possibly in this downside. But after that, consolidated and just kept selling off. So these are the things you kind of got to watch out for. And I feel like I've been trading enough now to kind of be so used to things that really start running up and then sometimes just take a huge nosedive. And the market is crazy in the small cap world because certain stocks can trade so differently. And then also there's like the market sentiment, like how the week is going, how the month is going. There's been, days in a row sometimes where you get just crazy momentum and things continue on. There's continuation. They don't just completely fail. And then there's weeks, days, months where you have kind of this same stock, similar stock would act completely different in the sense of, pump and then dump and have a huge sell-off and not hold any of the gains. So you've got to be nimble on that piece and just be willing to really adapt and know kind of the past history and what the current market sentiment is. I think that's a huge tip there, is not realizing that, like, sure, you have a strategy, of course, but then sometimes that strategy doesn't always work when the market changes, so it's crazy, but that's just kind of my opinion, my experience. So let me know what you think about that. That was AEHL, and here's the good thing for me. So I'm up 81 bucks on the day, and we had to take the baby to the doctor. So we did a doctor visit, and I was kind of willing to kind of just realize that, hey, this is probably the end of trading for me today if I'm going to this appointment. I don't know if I'll be back in time for, at 1 or 2 to trade the last hour, so probably not worth it. But anyways, that's where I was willing to leave it. And we were able to come back a little bit early from that appointment, so I was able to get back with like 2.5 hours left out of the day to trade. And I was just looking around, and what was it? JSPR was one that I switched over to. I saw this on the radar, and this kind of popped out of nowhere. And we've had some similar things going on. This was kind of similar, I think, to DATS. DATS is another crazy one that I've traded in the last couple of days, and it's just a crazy stock. So the thing here with JSPR, lots of volatility. So, movement to either get in and out and win big, lose big. But I don't know. It was just crazy. If you look at this chart, I mean, huge market explosion, no volume. Then you've got this huge rip up. Market opens, it sells off all day long. Just selling off all the way down. And eventually we hit this spot later in the afternoon. I was lucky enough to see this. It rips up. And I actually didn't catch this until after this move, so I saw it. But just the craziness of this move. So this huge rush up, volume comes in hard, it just ramps up, goes right into a halt. And normally you would look at this stock and I would say, oh, with if the market's acting quote unquote, normal, you would see typically with this much strength, at least some kind of a bit of continuation, maybe a little pop and then a sell off, but at least a move to the, to the high side. And look at it. It opens up. It went halted at what? 1692. Opens up all the way down here at 1491 where it was trading previously. So a complete rip, halt, right back down. So if you got into this, I mean, the confusion that's going on there, like what in the hell? For it to sell off or to gap down that quickly. But not only to do that, it's one thing if it gaps down that much and you would expect, okay, it would trend to the downside from that kind of a crazy drop. But here it is, just ripping up. So I'm sure this screwed a lot of people up right here, this whole zone. This was just super crazy. Either way, I decided to hop in once. I think it was starting to break, if I'm correct. I think I was hopping in once it started to break that previous halt line. And had a few trades on it. And so they worked out, and I had to go in very quick, very fast. And I was in and out, and that worked out for me. I just felt like there was way too much risk to hold this, for more than like 30 seconds. I mean, I felt my trades were like maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds long, if even. So, anyways, they helped me out. They were worthy trades. They were just small, fast, quick scalps. And, had I held on to them, much bigger potential, but I was just worried about the risk here as seeing this, this whole zone here. But kind of impressive. I mean, the huge move from there, we get a pullback, consolidates, and then goes for another rip and wants to retest. So then I was looking at the zone of 18, the previous high resistant zone, and just kind of cautious of that. And I don't think I traded this part here, but it popped through that, and just that was pretty incredible, the fact that it ripped through that, but it wasn't sustained. Fast sell-off, and just couldn't go any further. So it's been selling off since then. But that was my other one that really kind of put the money on the board for me today, going from 81 bucks all the way up to 195 with it. So very happy with that. That's like kind of picture perfect. Of course, I would just like to scale in a little bit bigger size. Like this is a kind of my ideal day, because I feel like there wasn't like a whole bunch of potential or opportunities in the market. There definitely were, but they were, this kind of stuff is it's tricky and it's risky. And but anyways, yeah, this is kind of picture perfect trading for me. 8 trades, not many trades, and a good number. No red trades. I would just like to kind of continue that. Of course, that's very, very difficult in the sense that the market is not always the same and not that consistent. And so, yeah, I'm happy with the day. I would just like to slowly start scaling in a little bit more on my share size so that, instead of 195 bucks, it's more something like, I don't know, more in the $400, $600 range. That would be more ideal. So, I can get there. I just need to focus on just making those base hits, keeping things flowing right. And let's take a quick look at the month before I roll out with you guys. October here, still negative here. Thanks to this nasty loss on Tuesday on DATS, shorting it. Horrible decision there. Let's just wipe that day out to see where that would put me at. I'd be up 735 bucks on the month if it wasn't for that stupid trade there, but that's the reality of it. We got 2 weeks left. I'm gonna aim to be back to neutral next week, and just not go crazy and just try to add some consistent green to the rest of the weeks, and just try to end the month positive here. I mean, it's one thing to to try to be positive for the week. It's always a good goal, right? But when you're struggling here to be positive on the month, I mean, that's not a good thing. So not a great start to the month, but hopefully we can turn that around. It's the reality of it. Anyways, I hope you guys traded well today. Let me know what you traded, how you did, and make sure to subscribe and like if you're enjoying this content and you want to see the journey, the trading journey. Stay tuned, and we'll see you first thing on Monday. Take care.